guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. I'm here with today's daily free pick. So, picking up where we left off, I have 4 picks for you guys today. It was my intention today to go back to just, doing our 1 pick after giving away the whole weekend, but saw a lot of value out there and some good teaching lessons, so I figure I'll give you guys 4 picks today. Good weekend. Very good weekend. We finished 15-7. Hit some nice underdogs yesterday. 5-2. We were 5-2, but the one game we lost was the only game we had 2 picks on. That was the Rams. Questionable officiating, but I guess we get some good officiating going our way to go 15-7 too. So we can't really complain. But if you guys watched that Rams game though, I was kind of like, I don't know, like one to me. They called that fumble that we ended up losing to on that fumble. They called that fumble, they called it a fumble and not an incomplete pass. So to me, his hand was coming forward. The guy hit his hand and the ball came out. Where I have an issue when they call it a fumble and they say, okay, his hand wasn't coming forward. If his hand wasn't coming forward, how did the ball end up 12 yards downfield for the guy to pick up? But anyways, that's just me. I've learned long ago, I don't get upset by officiating. I feel like, it's going to even out. And, if we're on the right side, then, hopefully we're going to get the win. But I don't let officiating bother me. But, and it's not like win or lose. Like, I think I posted stuff before. If I'm not even in games, or even if I win sometimes, and I get, good or bad calls go my way, I still talk about it. It just, that one happened to go against me. But it was, very unusual that they would call it that way. Because, the guy's hand was definitely going forward, and the ball went 12 yards downfield, but they called it a fumble and said there was no forward motion. Well, for me, if there's no forward motion, how does the ball go 12 yards that way? Anyways, so overall, yesterday, 5-2. We hit a nice underdog in the New Jersey Devils. We got them plus 140. Interesting yesterday, guys. So of our 5 wins, all 5 were underdogs. We only had 1 on the money line, but they were all underdogs, and all of them won outright. In the Canadian Football League, if some of you guys didn't follow it, Edmonton won outright against Montreal. They were a 2-point dog. New Jersey Devils, obviously an underdog. We took them on the money line, got plus 140 there. And the other 3 games we got underdogs, and they all won. So anytime, you can get your underdogs to win outright, especially your 14-point underdogs, you're having a good day. So before I jump into today's video, guys, just a little expectation management. And at the end of the day, I've talked about this quite a few times, guys. I'm here to educate you guys. I'm here to obviously provide you guys with picks, but I want to make you better sports bettors. And that's why I'm constantly saying, if you guys have questions, let me know. I try to get back to you. I try to answer those questions in the best detail that I can, and I'm going to continue to do that. But part of this whole thing is always going to be, educational, right? Regardless how many picks I win or whatever, or how good the weekends are, there's always going to be an educational aspect to this. And one of the things I have to discuss, because we've been on a good winning streak for a few weeks now, but I have to talk about a common phenomena in sports betting called regression to the mean. Now, if any of you guys have worked in statistics or, investing or anything like that, you know what regression to the mean means. How I'm going to relate it to sports betting is, I told you guys in the beginning, I've said it a few times, I'm going to consistently hit 54 to 56%. Sometimes, if I have a really good year, I'll be up 57%, high 57% range. You're not going to see it much higher than that. Whether you believe me or not, I don't care really, because this is where all professionals live, and I get a lot of people debate me on this. Professionals make their living hitting 54 to 56%. That's where professionals live. Some make good money hitting 53%. Okay? that is where we live. Now I'm talking about professionals that are betting, on average minus 110. There's some pros that just bet dogs. Obviously, they're going to have a lower winning percentage. And that's why pros use ROI to measure it, as opposed to winning percentage. But speaking from a winning percentage standpoint, guys, you always have to manage your expectations, okay? So I would challenge anyone to set that as their goal, to try and hit 54, 55, 56%. One guy commented this weekend, why would I bet on you hitting 55%? I had a better chance letting my dog pick. So I laid the math down on him. I never heard back. Anyways, but that's neither here nor there. But I do get comments like that, and I just want to manage expectations, guys. 60% is not going to happen. It's not doable. If you think it's doable, I urge you to read up a little bit more on sports betting and talk to some people who have been in the business for a long time. So a lot of sports betting, guys, is managing expectation. Because if you do not manage expectation, that's when you have bankroll issues, okay? So when I talk about a regression to the mean, over the past couple weeks, I've been moving along, hitting, 65, 70% range. It's not sustainable, and there will be a regression to the mean, okay? Now, how sports bettors typically make a lot of money is you go on these streaks. You go up and down, you're hitting, batting around 500, and you hit, 52%, then you have a week where you're down a few units, and then all of a sudden, boom, you hit this. And it's kind of like the stock market, guys. If you're jumping in and out of the stock market, it can be hard to make money. It's hard to time the market. Same here, guys. It's hard to time, a massive win streak, right? So, you just want to have faith. You want to stick to the bankroll management and know at the end of the day, we're going to hit 54, 56%. You're going to make a lot of money. Hope that it's, one of those years where you hit 57%. Like, we're 56.5% after about 240 picks. So not bad. I mean, I'm very happy with that. So regression to the mean basically means that if I have an expectation of hitting, 55% and I'm hitting 56% right now, it means that there's probably going to be a trend downward back towards the expected average being 55. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen right now because 56% is well within, my capabilities. I've done it before. I've done it many times before. So, we'll keep going along. We'll keep doing our thing, but don't expect to maintain 70, 75%, guys. I'm not a tout. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys, we're going to hit 70% winners. We can't lose. I'm not going to do that. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you guys. And 54, 56%, that's what we're going to hit. If I can hit 57, awesome. But that's what we're shooting for. All right. So expectations managed. Let's get back into it. I got 4 picks for you guys today. Seattle is playing San Francisco in a Monday Night Football game. Couldn't really find any value on Seattle or San Fran. I was leaning San Fran, but I didn't like the way. So the money distribution looked pretty good early, but I really didn't like the way that it was starting to shape up this afternoon. I definitely think there's some sharps getting involved with Seattle. I know there are sharps with San Francisco, but I just didn't like the distribution of money there, and I didn't like what I saw coming in. So what I've done is in that game, I've taken a play that I think is really good value. So this game opened up, the line opened up on the total at 44. Now immediately there was some steam to bet the over. Since that point, there's been 7 steam and reverse lines on the under. But because, as I told you guys, that initial knee-jerk reaction for Vegas to pump that line up because they think they got it wrong, they've overshot it. Okay, with all this steam, the line should probably have dropped back below that 44 point, but it's not. It's holding steady at 47. So above and beyond that, guys, we have some steam. We like that. Like, obviously, we have some steam. I mean, that initial steam for the over, it's early on. It's hard to say, but we've had a lot of late steam. And that late steam, I'm very happy with. 28% of bets, 46% of money on the under. So we're betting with Vegas, and we're betting against the public. We like both those things. So we're going to go under 47 in the Monday Night Football game. All right, going to another game, college basketball, guys. UL Monroe versus Texas A&M. All right, so this is one, unfortunately, how we do these videos. We missed the boat a little bit because we've lost a point in this game, but I still really like the line. I have a super indicator on it, guys. The super indicator, I'm not going to tell you guys exactly what the super indicator is. I apologize for that, but trust me, the super indicator has been over 2,000 games on this. 1,354 wins, 796 losses, good for 63% on super high volume. Okay, that's a 20.3% ROI. Those are ROIs you absolutely dream about. So what we're going to do, guys, is UL Monroe, Texas A&M. We're going to go under 133.5. Under 133.5. It was 134.5 not that long ago, but again, there's two different steam plays from Pinnacle. So we lost that point. I think it's going to drop even further than that, guys. So, especially, if the book gets any more money on this, on the under from Sharps, like, they're going to tank this line. I could see it going into the 20s possibly. So anyways, get it in under 133.5. Two hockey games for you guys. We have, I'm going to go through both because the analysis is pretty much the same for both. Two games tonight, Ottawa, Carolina, Arizona, Washington. We're going to play our Monday under system. And this is a system very easy for you guys to do. This goes back to 2006, guys. Okay? If you play every NHL hockey game under on a Monday night before the All-Star game, you hit 55.7%. Good for a 6.4% ROI. Now, you say, again, it's only 55.7%. If you did this, if you bet $100 on every one of these games going back to 2006, you'd be up over $6,000. So, again, not going to get rich, but there's value there, guys. And that's what we're doing here, okay? We're looking for value in this. Now, that's a good system on its own. There's a more complicated system which involves like the rest and how long the teams have had between games. That system is in play as well on both games, but it only gives us another 1% advantage. But still, hitting at 56.8, 56.7%, we're good with that. Now, above and beyond that, so I'm comfortable playing those games right now just like that, but above and beyond that, we have steam on the under in the Ottawa-Carolina game, and we reverse line move on Arizona-Washington. All right? So, like both of those, here's what we're going to do. We are going Ottawa-Carolina. We're going under 6.5 minus 125. So, under 6.5 minus 125. Some of your books that's what's going to be posted is the 6.5. Some of your books have moved to under 6, probably plus 100 or minus 105. Just bump it back up to 6.5 minus 125. Arizona and Washington under 6 for minus 110. And that's, last time I checked, that's pretty well right across the board. All right, guys, so just a quick recap. Monday Night Football, we are going under 47. We have a college basketball game for you guys. UL Monroe, Texas A&M going under 133.5. We have the two hockey games for you. Ottawa, Carolina going under 6.5 minus 125. We have Arizona, Washington going under 6 minus 100. Good weekend. Hope to keep it going, guys. As I always say, if you guys have any questions, I'm here to try and teach you guys whatever I can, right? So if you have any questions about the bets or about anything, the only things I don't really answer questions to, if you haven't noticed, is if you guys message me back and it was oh, who do you like in this game? Who do you like in that game? I don't really do that. It just, to be honest, would open up a whole can of worms where I get people messaging me every 5 minutes about, the odd time, if I have an opinion on a game, I'll respond back. But, so any questions related to, sports betting in general or these games or how the systems work or anything like that, guys, I'm more than happy to help you with. So that's it for today, guys. 4 games coming off a great weekend. I hope we keep it going. Have a good night. And as always, guys, have a very lucky day.